So, Zach, dude, obviously breaking news. Let's go ahead and cut to this. Not really breaking news, but this is something that's a big thing. I'm going to read the title and then I'm going to just throw it to you. Every U.S. crypto exchange and Binance is being investigated by the SEC, says Senator Loomis Staffer. Yep. Wow. I mean, that just almost like I need to sit back and go, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how they put in there and Binance. So it's like, hey, we're going after the big and the small exchanges here. I mean, here's the thing. I think there's a little bit of scare tactics in there. Like, hey, we're coming after you, investigating you. I think it's going to be a slow process. What I'm looking to see is where I think they're going with this, I should say, is this. I think they're going to be looking at every single platform first, figure out the discrepancies between any of the centralized exchanges, which assets are held on these exchanges. Speaking on that front, like AMP token was already pulled from Binance US after that whole Coinbase SEC type thing, and I think they may be looking that way at first. So I think this is again like still in the planning phase. I don't expect them like tomorrow to come out and say, "All right, done with this centralized exchange." I don't see that. I think it's more of like a hey. Let's learn the space a little bit. Let's see what people are doing out here, and we'll go from there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think yes. I also think it's the continuation of the turf war that the SEC versus the CFTC, the Commodities Future Trading Commission. I think it's that. I think it's all of the above, and I think it's also a PR battle. It's also like a PR battle in those respective governmental organizations to who's doing the most, who's creating the most, who's creating the biggest scenario. And again, you and I have said this in videos. I think the SEC is a much more. They're a lot better at public PR, press release, and getting their name out there, right? And so I think it's that. But to go back to your thing, here's what I really think. I think that looking at this piece of text right here, widely circulated reports that the SEC is investigating the $20 billion crypto exchange Coinbase are just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's that. I think it goes back to something that you said earlier yourself, right? I think it's going to be a situation that we'll continue to see how it plays out. This is to me just the battle, Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it says there are more than 40 U.S. cryptocurrency exchanges out there, according to the data site CoinGecko. Too, the SEC has not responded to multiple requests for comment. So, I wonder. I don't know if this article says it. Are they going after all? I mean, they can't really go after any exchange outside the U.S. I mean, maybe they can look at it to maybe see like how does this one compare to that one. No, they really can't go into it with plans to change it.
I think if a centralized exchange, a CEX, operates inside of the borders of the United States, they're open game per this, and I think that's what makes up your 40 number. Obviously, not what's not here. DEXs, decentralized exchanges, because they're decentralized, right? And I think that's the one that really spooks the government and these agencies. That's probably a whole different video, but I think it's just going to be the continued dogfight, the continued jockeying between these respective governmental organizations, the media covering it, and because something you kind of alluded to earlier, Zach, was the disparity among the exchanges. And I think here's where I think it's a good scenario. Look at the fee structures that these exchanges quite honestly need to be regulated. I mean, for you to go cash out of a, X amount of dollars and you pay $600-700 or some ungodly percentage, that is absolutely highway robbery. And so I think there's going to be some good out of it. There's going to be some bad out of it. There's going to be, the government's not going to get it right totally. We both know that. There's going to be, and I think there's going to be evolution, and I think it's going to be some pain and some positive, just like anything, but we do need the regulation. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see too, like will any of these other governing bodies make headlines? right, outside of the SEC? Because like right now, it seems like it's the SEC on an island. We know it's not,
Right.
but it seems like that, right? It seems like they're the ones that are always getting the press coverage. They're the ones actively doing things. You wonder how long until one of these other governing bodies comes in and says, wait a minute, SEC, we don't see it that way. We see it this way. And then what happens then, right?
Didn't you report on this the other day, or make my attention that it was the
Department of Justice.
What was that? Yeah.
Basically, the Department of Justice in that whole Coinbase versus Wahi case, they thought that the SEC was wrong in labeling all of those cryptocurrencies a security without doing private investigations.
Right.
Which we had talked about. Like, if you're going to label something as security, you better have like evidence, like, and you better dig in there. And that's what the Department of Justice said. They were like, hey, you guys haven't dug in here. You're just saying because of this one thing that happened and these cryptocurrencies were involved that now they're securities, right?
Right. No, it's a good point. I think we'll end on that. That was a really good final comment. So before we wrap up, let's take a real quick look. Obviously, you are on the ClearCryptos channel. So below this video, number one, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date. Number two, definitely drop a like. It helps the channel. Zach and I both each have our own channels respectively here on YouTube. We talk about crypto every day. We're huge supporters and believers in Clear, because Clear is going to really just revolutionize crypto from a positive standpoint. Try to bring the masses into crypto, into a safe world and environment inside of crypto. So if there's a link in the description below to their Twitter page. If you want, right on the Twitter page is this link tree. If you click on that, it's going to open up this page where you can get access to any and all of Clear's socials, website, etc. And I really recommend you jump over into the Discord, because that's where all of the breaking news and information about the project, when it's going to launch, launch announcements, all other news coming out around it. Definitely check it out there. So thanks for a few minutes of your time. And as always, Zach, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you later.
See ya.